Hi everybody, I'm Beebs Kelley. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm starting something new and a little bit different. I wanted to bring in some other topics, some other commentary things into the channel just for the sake of giving us all a rest from Harry and Meghan's nonsense and antics. I'm going to start putting out an off-topic video every now and then. They'll probably be a little bit shorter, so if you have any ideas for subjects or things that you'd like commentary on, then just leave it in the comments for me. That would be great. Thank you. But today we're going to be talking a little bit about the beauty industry and the beauty space on YouTube specifically and social media. As many people have pointed out, a lot of the beauty influencers these days are just doing glorified skincare or super simple makeup looks and techniques. And there's much less makeup artistry involved in the social media beauty space, which is very, very true assessment. And I think a huge part of that is because as social media became so much more popular and makeup influencers became popular, became a real job. When that happened, when you think about it, not everybody does makeup, but a lot of people do makeup. A lot more people do makeup than are actual makeup artists. A lot of people find ways to do makeup on themselves, even if they feel like they're not great at makeup, and there's not a ton of skill involved, and it's pretty simple, but it's their everyday makeup. But they're hardly makeup artists. But social media had this, addictive element to it and encouraged everybody to then try to become a beauty influencer, simply filming themselves doing these very simple looks. And so I think that has contributed greatly to these more simple, lacking makeup artistry sorts of looks, because that's what a lot of people can do or can do well. Real makeup artistry, where you're doing really beautiful looks, is very challenging, and it takes a lot of practice to get good at it, and endless practice to get good at doing it on a variety of faces and skin tones. It takes a lot of skill to be able to do complex makeup looks and cut creases and really fantastic, interesting, intricate eye makeup and perfect flawless face makeup and things like that for photo shoots, for events, just for art in general, or just to make beautiful looks. It takes a lot of talent and a lot of skill, and a lot of people don't have it. And so not everybody can have it. So the popularity for the more simple, basic looks emerged. And that in turn, with just normal trends going in and leaning more towards those simpler things, the trend of people not wanting to spend so much on makeup since COVID happened basically has led to fewer and fewer real makeup artists on social media, and the beauty space on YouTube really collapsing. The beauty influencers used to be one of the biggest spaces on YouTube, and now it's just not the same. It's not necessarily that it's a ton smaller, it's just not the same. The views aren't the same, the engagement isn't the same, probably the revenue isn't the same either. And I think it's in part because of that trend of everybody doing just what they can, which is very simple looks, because that's what most people can do well enough to make a video of it. But also that people leaning away from buying all the new makeup and all the new collections and constantly wanting to see them, because people stopped doing that around COVID. So I do think the beauty space on YouTube will come back around, but I also think that it was time for people to shift towards just using the makeup that they have and using up what they have, not spending so much on it and not spending so much time on it. Finding that happy medium is one of those things that I think is coming next, because we've gone from each end of the spectrum towards this center space, where now I think that the more middle of the road, good, nice balance will hopefully come back. True good makeup education and technique is an essential thing, and YouTube was full of so much of that for so long, but it also was kind of it was makeup for being on YouTube. People were putting on so much foundation and stuff like that it was so impractical that people realized this is not how you actually wear makeup in every day. If you did your makeup the way the YouTube influencers were doing it, where they were slathering on so much foundation and whatnot, you would look ridiculous in real life. And people, of course, eventually caught on to that and stopped wanting to do their makeup that way, stopped wanting to replicate those sorts of looks, because they were not real good looks for real life. So I do think that now we're getting to a point where there is a space where we do need more of that real makeup education. At least I see it. I see people wearing the wrong shades of foundation, far too much contouring and foundation, far too much brows and lashes, messy makeup looks, because they're trying to replicate something that was done for the camera with less skill. So I think Lisa Eldridge, Robert Welsh, Wayne Goss, they have really talented skill with their makeup, and their makeup artistry is really, really great. And they have great tips and tricks and create beautiful looks that are more practical and real for real life, or just really, really beautiful makeup artistry. So if you're frustrated with the beauty space content being either just glorified skincare or way too impractical from years ago where it's like nobody's going to use that in real life, then I would highly recommend their channels, because I feel like they are some of the only ones left in the beauty space community that are still offering that actual education about how to do your makeup well and solve those problems that we all run into with our makeup. But at the end of the day, it's important to remember with everything, including makeup, it's all about practice. And the more you practice, the better you'll get at it. And luckily, you're just practicing for the one face. You're not trying to get good at makeup artistry for everybody's face. Well, maybe you are if you want to be a makeup artist, but most of us just want to be able to do our makeup well and quicker. And so educating yourself through some of those tutorials and whatnot, but also just practicing is what really is the secret at the end of the day. Sometimes you guys ask me to do more tutorials and whatnot, and I would love to. They just don't do well on YouTube. So maybe I'll try to do them in like shorts and stuff like that here and there. But leave it in the comments what you think about this. That's all for today's off-topic chat. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you next time. Have a happy day, everybody. Bye.